Hi there. Welcome to Contemporary Use of Technology in Education, Assignment 2. I'm Martin Jones, and I'll be talking about Ozobots today. Now, consistent with Mayer's principles of multimedia learning, we know that people do not necessarily learn better when the speaker's image is added to the screen, and we also know that people do learn better when extraneous material is excluded rather than included. So this will be the only slide that contains my picture. Let's get into it. Ozobots are small, smart robots about the size of a golf ball that are very simple to interface with and have a huge range of complexity for the higher achievers and higher grades. As we can see, they follow a black line on paper that can be free drawn by students and color coded to undertake a number of different activities using red, green, and blue dots. As the bot moves along the black line, it senses color changes, displaying these on the top of the bot so the user can be sure the color input was received. Then, depending on the sequence of colors provided by the student, the bot will complete a variety of commands. A brief pick-rat analysis reveals that the Ozobot is in the top right corner of the pick-rat matrix, meaning it is at optimum effectiveness for the student's relationship with the technology and also the teacher's pedagogy. The student interacts with the Ozobot by analysing its actions and thinking about what the coloured dot inputs mean when the bot travels over them. Then the student can experiment with different colour combinations and create challenges or obstacles and paths for the bot to follow. The Ozobot is transformative for the teacher's pedagogy as it is a simple and reliable tool that readily and interactively demonstrates curriculum elements like coding, technology, computational thinking, and digital literacy in an engaging manner. Without the bots, students would need to do a more passive activity such as watching a video of a similar programming technology. The sections analysis is a framework published by Tony Bates in his book, Teaching in a Digital Age. It should be noted that the following analysis is made in the context of a well-resourced school of mid to high SES students in an Australian capital city. Ozobot has applications for students of all ages and demographics from kindergarten to year 12 for developing skills in science, technology, engineering and maths. However, to maximize benefit from the interaction, students need to have reasonable vision and physical ability to draw lines and lift or move the bots. This requirement would mean that some students may need assistance to engage with the bots. The Universal Design for Learning framework requires instruction that meets the needs of all students. Hence, a teacher should carefully consider the appropriateness of Ozobots for their own classroom, especially as the benefits and affordances of Ozobot rapidly diminish if the student is unable to fully engage. Ozobots are easy to use, simple to get started, and require minimal explicit teaching or interpretation by students to get started. Simply switch on and place on the black line. The costs of the bots are within reach of most schools, given the scope of uses across multiple faculties and age groups. A single classroom kit would be adequate for a class where students work in pairs or small groups. The teaching functions element of the sections analysis is primarily associated with Mayer's principles of multimedia design, which have limited application to the Ozobots, but it does highlight several questions which teachers should ask themselves before implementing Ozobots in their classroom, such as what are the learning outcomes I am looking for, what skills am I trying to develop, and what instructional strategies will I need to use to ensure maximum value is obtained from use of the bots. Ozobot provides opportunities for the teacher to tailor interactions for their own classroom to provide optimum engagement for their specific students. The bots have characteristics which inherently encourage interaction between learner and the bots, and also learner to learner in a social constructivist approach to the use of the bots. Interaction between learner and teacher could be used to modify the pace of the lesson. As mentioned previously in the PICRAT analysis, students interact with the bots and create paths and challenges. This is a learner-generated interaction with the materials and also a chance for learner-to-learner interaction by swapping created paths and predicting and testing the outputs generated by one another's codes. There are no significant organizational issues preventing widespread uptake of AusBot use. Two minor possible issues that may arise include teachers not able to use the bots and being underprepared for their use, which could be overcome with a brief instruction on their use. And secondly, there's the possibility that the school may be concerned about small, portable items of relatively high value being stolen and insist on a security process that makes it difficult to get the bots into the classroom. Ozobot provides a free online web application called Ozobot Classroom, which has free teacher training material, over 700 lesson plans aligned to the curriculum, and also videos aimed at students to enhance their learning experience. Ozobot also has webinars for teachers, challenges for schools to interact, and Ozoblockly, the programming language, has several sites online that allow collaboration and problem solving. Use of Ozobot in the classroom has no security or privacy risks, as no information about students is required for them to interact with the bots. However, as mentioned on the previous slide, there is an opportunity to enhance the student experience with networking across schools via a web-based application. If teachers were proposing to use this functionality, they would need to investigate the platform and assess any risk to the students regarding privacy, security, and safety. The teacher would also need to assess what controls or supervision need to be implemented to mitigate risks to their students. There are a large number of ways the Ozobots could be implemented in the classroom depending on the age and ability of the students and the curriculum-aligned learning outcomes the teacher wishes to achieve. There is a growing body of research and data regarding the pedagogical value of Ozobots across the curriculum and how they can be leveraged. For example, Ozobots are a technology that allows students to take control of their own learning as suggested by Armstrong 2014, and teachers should use interactive tools that provide immersive opportunity for trial and error as prescribed by Sardone 2013. Ozobots provide these engaging opportunities. Coding in Ozobot is computational work which was described by Falloon 2016 as supporting higher order thinking skills. More specific studies include that of Langevin and others, which used Ozobots to leverage coding as a secondary skill to enrich a geometry lesson on polygons for third grade students. Sen Gupta and others in 2018 found that computational modeling with Ozobots allowed teachers to mathematize the world and hence integrate programming with other science curriculum in the middle school years. Resnick and others in 1998 described robots like the Ozobot as objects with which to reason, and Torre in 2021 extended this to use Ozobots in a first-year uni course to combine logic, linguistics, and mathematics to solve physical and algebraic motion equations. These are just a few examples of research-supported uses of Ozobots from lower primary up to tertiary education. The possibilities are bound only by the teacher's imagination and network of inspiration. But there are some drawbacks and opportunities for improvement. It is likely that some students may have trouble engaging with the bots, such as those that struggle with spatial sense, reading comprehension, and language skills, or students with limited mobility or vision problems like color blindness. The bots could be improved by integrating some augmented reality, which would allow, for example, to see the bots moving on a map. The bots could also be fitted with skins to change their appearance or could be modified to use spoken words to interact with the user to overcome vision problems. In summary, Ozobots are an effective teaching technology with a multitude of engaging and interactive affordances for students. How will you implement them in your classroom?